Think about the last time you sat down for a late evening snack. Maybe it was something familiar, something you've eaten for decades. A little cheese, some crackers, maybe a cup of sweet tea. It felt harmless, comfortable even. But here's something worth pausing on. What we eat in the evening, especially as we get older, may affect our heart in ways we don't always notice right away. Not dramatically, not all at once, but slowly, quietly, over time. And that's exactly what this video is about. Before we go any further, I want to be clear. Everything I'm sharing today is for educational purposes only. Please speak with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet or daily routine. Every person is different, and what applies generally may not apply to you specifically. This video is for anyone over 60, or for the family members and caregivers who love someone in that season of life. Because as we age, our bodies process food differently, especially at night, and a few small shifts in the evening can make a meaningful difference for heart health over time. Let's talk about why evening eating matters more as we get older. When we're younger, our metabolism tends to be more forgiving. We digest food faster, our blood sugar stabilizes more easily, and our hearts aren't carrying decades of wear. But research suggests that as we age, the body's ability to process certain nutrients slows down, particularly in the hours before sleep. Studies have found that eating heavy, salty, or sugary foods close to bedtime may put added strain on the cardiovascular system during the night, when the heart is supposed to be in a more restful state. Now, let's walk through 5 types of foods that experts often flag for older adults to be mindful of, especially in the evening. The first is heavily salted foods. Things like processed soups from a can, salted crackers, deli meats, or packaged snacks. Imagine a gentleman in his late 70s who loves a bowl of canned soup before bed. It feels warm and soothing, but many canned soups contain more than half the daily recommended sodium in just one serving. Research from heart health organizations suggests that high sodium intake can raise blood pressure, and for older adults, whose blood vessels are already less flexible than they once were, this can put extra pressure on the heart, even overnight. It's worth checking those labels with your doctor and asking whether lower sodium options might be a better fit for you. The second group is refined sugars and sweet desserts. Cookies, pastries, sweetened yogurt, or even a glass of fruit juice taken late at night. Studies have found that a rapid rise in blood sugar before sleep may be particularly challenging for older adults, many of whom have reduced insulin sensitivity. This doesn't mean sweets are forbidden. It simply means that the evening might not be the best time for them. Many people find that moving a sweet treat to mid-afternoon rather than after dinner makes a noticeable difference in how they feel. Third on this list is fried or very fatty foods, things like fried chicken, heavy cheeses, or greasy takeaway meals eaten late in the evening. Research suggests that high-fat meals can slow digestion significantly, which can disrupt sleep and may contribute to inflammation over time. Some studies have linked chronic inflammation to increased cardiovascular risk in older adults. Enjoying richer foods earlier in the day, at lunch rather than dinner, is something many cardiologists encourage. The fourth food type to be mindful of is alcohol, even in small amounts at night. Many older adults enjoy a glass of wine in the evening as a way to relax. And while moderate alcohol use is a personal and medical decision best made with your doctor, research does suggest that alcohol can interfere with sleep quality, affect heart rhythm, and interact with medications that many seniors are already taking. It's genuinely worth a conversation with your healthcare provider about what's appropriate for your individual situation. And the fifth area is caffeine-containing foods and drinks late in the day. Coffee, certain teas, chocolate, and some sodas. Caffeine can stay in the body for 6 to 8 hours. Research suggests that for older adults, caffeine sensitivity often increases with age, meaning a small amount can have a bigger effect than it used to. Poor sleep, in turn, has been linked to higher blood pressure and increased cardiovascular strain. Shifting caffeinated drinks to the morning and choosing herbal teas in the evening is a simple change that many people find genuinely helpful. So what are some practical, gentle steps you might consider? You might try eating your last meal a little earlier, giving your body 2 to 3 hours before lying down. You could experiment with lighter evening snacks, like a small handful of unsalted nuts or a slice of whole grain bread with a little avocado. And if you're unsure which of these changes makes sense for your specific health situation, your medications, your conditions, your lifestyle, that's exactly the conversation to have with your doctor at your next visit. A good question to ask is simply this: are there any evening foods I should be more careful about, given my heart health? That one question could open up a very useful conversation. I want to close by saying something that I genuinely mean. Getting older doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It doesn't mean fear or restriction for its own sake. It means paying attention, with kindness, with curiosity, with patience toward yourself. The people watching this video have lived full lives. You've navigated decades of change, cared for others, adapted again and again. Taking a gentle, informed look at evening habits isn't about perfection. It's about honoring the body that has carried you this far. Small, consistent changes, made with your doctor's guidance, can add up to something meaningful over time. And you deserve that care. If this video was helpful, I'd love for you to share it with someone you care about: a parent, a neighbor, a friend who might benefit from hearing this. And if you have your own experience with evening eating and heart health, I genuinely love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Take care of yourself. And as always, please check in with your doctor. They know you best.